Hello, 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 hello. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How was your day? Who is with me today? Go on and put a comment in for me. Let me know that you're there. Hello, Miss Brown. How are you, Sister Brown? Good to see you. How are you doing? And how is the family? Is everybody doing okay? I pray that all is well. Are you working from home? I was checking the IRS website to see if we have any updates or anything, but I don't think we do. Good to see you guys. How you all doing today? Let me see. Okay. I'm going to be starting. We're going to talk about credit today. And we're going to have a guest on today for sure, guys. Thank you for being patient with me. Mhm. Okay. I'm going to go on and click this other one because there is one other thing that I need to do to make sure everybody's able to give me comments over on this broadcasting. So I needed to bring this other one up so I can see the comments. Okay. And hello, Miss Hill and Miss Brown. And who else is that out there? I'm wonderful, Miss Hill. How are you? Good to see you too. We're going to get started in just a few minutes, guys. Let's see. Thank you for tuning in. Well, I do know some information that with this CARES Act, it is first come, first serve. And if you're not already have applied, you're trying to fill the backlogs. People that already applied for the money for the small businesses. So there is a backlog on that. So we don't know if there's going to be any money left after they finish with the backlog. We never know. So we're going to actually be keeping an eye on that. And I'm looking at something now IRS statement on status not available. Oh, okay. He's just telling you if you say it's not available when you look in the IRS payment. It has another link that you can actually go see why it's giving you that error. Okay, guys, how's everybody doing? Okay. Hello, Debot. How are you? I got your text. I didn't get a chance to call you back yet. But good to see you tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I will get back to you maybe immediately after this live. Okay. All right, guys. Good to have you. You're welcome. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about credit today. If you're looking to prepare yourself to buy a house or make a large purchase, we're going to be giving you a little guidelines on what you need to do. Hello, Miss Moss. Give you a guideline on some things that you need to look forward to doing now in order to prepare yourself to buy that house or to get a car at a low interest rate. I'm going to give you some things that you need to start looking at and some things you need to start doing. Okay. Hello, Miss Parker. Hello. Okay. So, how you all doing today? Where are you guys at? I'm in Dallas, Texas. Where are you guys from? Awesome, Miss Parker. The weather is 70 degrees here in Texas. Yes, and it is nice. It is nice. Been in the house all day, but working, doing things around the house. Okay, we're going to talk about, like I mentioned, we're going to talk about credit. And also, I mentioned to you a couple of days ago that you can get your credit report from annualcreditreport.com. You can get it for free weekly. Usually you can get it, hello, Ms. Evans. Usually you can get it once a year, annually, free. But due to the crisis, they are actually letting you receive your credit report free every week if you have to, because they know it's a high volume of identity theft. So you can go to annualcreditreport.com and receive your credit report free there. So, but once you go into that website, you want to make sure that you take your time, because it's going to ask you some verification questions, and so you can get into your profile. And once you get in your profile, you still need to be careful, because you can, if you're not paying attention to the screen, you can log yourself completely out of the website. So, but you're able to pull all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, from annualcreditreport.com. So you can actually go there and pull that credit report. And as I mentioned before, usually you can get your credit report for free once a year, but you can get your credit report free every week, once a week now, because of the crisis that we're in. They're realizing that it's going to be a high volume, or it is a high volume of identity theft. So you can actually, they're giving you an opportunity to go and pull your credit report as much as you need to keep tab on what's on your report. And then once you pull your report, if you see something that should not be there, there is another process that you need to take immediately and I want you to inbox me. So once you pull your credit report, and if it's something on there that should not be on there that was recently put there, give me a call. No, inbox me. Inbox me, and I will give you some instructions on immediately. You want to fill out a identity theft form for the IRS, and then you want to call each one of the bureaus and actually have them okay, Mr. Allen, I'm gonna answer questions at the end, okay, of our session today. Okay, you want them to actually flag your account, okay? If you see identity theft on your credit report, make sure you actually call each one of those bureaus and let them know that you have identity theft and to freeze your account. If you're not going to get ready, you're not going to buy anything probably right now anyway, just tell them to freeze your account. But just realize if you apply for any credit cards or anything, you won't be able to get them because you froze your account. So, but you do want to stop the process of anybody putting anything on your credit once you find out that you have identity theft going on. And then I have you another option of somebody can actually, a company that can actually help you clear that matter up. Okay. So remember, you can go to annualcreditreport.com and pull your credit report, and you can pull it annually. Well, you usually can pull it annually. You can pull it weekly now. So if you need to look at your credit report, just go to annualcreditreport.com and they will be able to help you in that area to actually pull your report. Okay, guys, we have a guest today, and we're going to, if you have any questions about credit, I want you to actually put them in the comments. I am working on my comments on the other. So if you're on the page where you cannot put comments, go to my personal page. I'm still working this out and put in a comment. Okay, just go to Tax Lady Jackson if you're on Facebook, but you see my business page, go over to Tax Lady Jackson and actually put in a comment. I can see you here. I'm still working on this other platform, so you'll be able to comment, and I'm able to see comments there. But in the meantime, we're going to invite a guest in, and it is Dr. Hill. Hello, Dr. Hill.
Hello, Ms. Jackson. How are you?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. And the guys that's looking at me on my personal page, you're not going to be able to see this, but you can see it on my business page, and it's at Jackson and U Tax Service LLC. Okay, that's Jackson, the ampersand, the letter U, Tax Service LLC on Facebook. So you can go there now and actually see the live view that I'm actually interviewing, not really interviewing. We're going to ask this lady some questions today about credit, and she's going to give us some excellent experience answers that you all can take and actually use in any area that you need to put it in, apply it to anyway. Okay, Dr. Hill, introduce yourself.
Hi, hello everyone. Ms. Jackson, thank you so much for having me on your live. I appreciate the opportunity to share with your audience. And hello audience, hello everyone. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, in the area, Mansfield, Texas more specifically, but I am excited about the information that we're about to talk about here, because this is what I've been doing for over 2 years. I've been in the financial service industry for over 12 years, but more specifically now for over 2 years, credit restoration.
Awesome. So a lot of people think about credit restoration. Why? What's the difference between credit restoration and credit repair?
Well, credit repair, some people might say, fixing your credit and what have you, but the difference between fixing, repairing your credit and restoring your credit, totally different. It's a more aggressive process. It's just more aggressive. We can get solutions a lot quicker because we're able to work with every negative item on the report at one time, as opposed to, getting 2 or 3 items initially, coming back 6 months later and getting a few more items. If you have like 30 negative items at one time, that could take a long time to get it done. But credit restoration, we're talking about industries like banks, credit unions, nonprofit organizations. They're organizations that have the ability to completely restore your credit score by aggressively going after those negative items.
Awesome, awesome. So when you said credit, you're talking about a company that you work with. So do they usually educate you on what type of education do they usually give you when it comes to the credit? Am I just going to call your company and get my credit fixed, or what?
That's a good question. We're all about education because we believe that when you know better, you can do better. So we can restore the situation that you have right now and educate you in the process. As a matter of fact, we give you an app so that you can follow along through the process and keep track of your results as we go. But the education part is very important because then you'll be able to maintain it. We're not talking about getting your scores up and then, later you make some bad mistakes and then you're like a roller coaster. Now we're talking about educating you so that when we get you to where you need to be, as far as your score is concerned, then you can maintain it and even protect it.
And I know a lot of people get in trouble because they don't have a budget. Now I know, so can you give me a definition of budget? How about that? Maybe they can pick it up, make it real simple now, because I know a lot of people don't like budgeting. When you say budget, what's that? Okay, but that's something we all need to do. Okay, so she's going to give you just a simplified way of how to even to get started on a budget today. Okay, yeah. If you don't already have one.
Well, I'll give you a definition with a picture. A lot of us have been on a vacation at some point in our life. And so sometimes it's fun. I've done this before where you can just jump in the car and just go. But most people plan a vacation. So you have a destination in mind, and then you plan how to get to that destination. You plan a vacation. Okay, so we're good at doing that, but now we're talking about planning how to spend your money, planning how to save your money. Every dollar needs a name. Okay, so this dollar can be for food. Here's a dollar. This dollar is for gas. This dollar is for electricity. Every dollar that you bring into your household should have a name attached to it. So simply put, a budget. And you know what? I actually got that definition from you, Ms. Jackson. I love it. Every dollar should have a name.
Okay, and then you made me think about also Dave Ramsey. He actually have a system which is awesome, guys. If you have not done this, just give it a try. What do you have? You don't have anything to lose. Just try it, okay? And it was the envelope system, okay? Yeah. And that is when you at the beginning or when you get paid or at the end of the month, whenever you decide you want to divvy up your funds and pay your bills and everything, you want to have a envelope system where if you're going out to eat, you're not doing a lot of that right now anyway. So that money should be going back into your budget and your savings or paying off an extra bill anyway. But anyway, you want an envelope for each category. And once you put that amount of money in that envelope, whether it's at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of the month, remember that money has to last you until the next time you're ready to replenish it. You're not going to be adding money into those envelopes during that period of time that you're supposed to be budgeting. So let's say if you had $50 in that envelope for 2 weeks to eat out, okay? If you spend all that money up at the first week, that means the next week you're not going to eat out, okay? So just try it. That's a good system to try, okay? So I'm going to ask you a question. Do you already know how much money you're working with? Number one. Number two, do you already know how much you're going to spend with that money? Okay. So this is just some thoughts that you all can think about. Like I say, Credit is a vast subject, but if we come in here and we tell you, and that's what a lot of people do, they come in, they tell you, okay, you need to do this to get a good score, and you need to do that and do that. And I know it because I did my own credit. Okay. So I know what they're telling you because I use some of it and it worked. But you want to be able to have the mentality of budgeting and want to know something about financing. Okay. You don't want to just take you through one thing to buy a big purchase. And then what are you back to your old ways? No, we want to educate you. Dr. Hill?
I wanted to add to that. It was like, I remember when I was a kid at home, whenever I wanted money, I would go to daddy. You know, daddy, I want money for this or that. And so we have a budgeting system set up for you where you set it up according to your income and your guidelines as for, you know, where your money is going. But once you set it up, you want to check in with your budget before you spend it. You know, you check into your budget plan that you've already set up. But before you spend any money, just check in with your budget. It's like going to daddy and say, okay, look, I need money for this. And you're looking at your budget plan and you can decide, okay, well, it helps with your discipline process. And I think that's a big thing when it comes to money. A lot of people aren't disciplined. We're just used to swiping. Just swiping. And so our system helps you to discipline yourself when it comes to the money that you bring into your household. And
then it could be just old thinking, just we are creatures of habit.
Right.
Okay? So how was you raised? What was the mentality behind money in your household when you was being raised at your home? Did your mom say or your dad say, hey, every time you ask for some money, hey, I don't have enough? Or did you have money more than enough and you just spent it willy-nilly and that's the way you think you should do it now? So I think it's something we learned. We creatures of habit. So that's something that you need to think about and say, okay, if I go to the budget and do the budgeting system, is it going to help me? It's going to be left up to you to change your mindset. Okay, that's where it's going to really be. That's where the results is going to take place. It's what you're thinking because it all starts in the mind. Okay. All right, Dr. Hill, do you have anything else on budgeting?
I was going to add too, because a lot of times people think budgeting, that's a word like that 4-letter word called diet. You know, you think you have to do without. And I think that affects our attitude when it comes to disciplining ourselves. And so another part of our program is to provide a savings goal. And so if you have in mind that you're saving for a particular item, like a particular car that you want to have, or a particular vacation that you want to enjoy, you know, if you planning, you know, having a savings goal, well, when you backtrack in order to hit that goal, well, you are going to have to discipline yourself when it comes to handling the money that you have. So the savings goal can be an incentive to budgeting, you know. So if you look at it, you're not dieting, you're not doing without, you're preparing for. And it's a different mindset when you look at it like that. So you're not doing with, you know, you're not trying to cut back on your spending. You really are, but it's just a mindset. But you're not doing that just so you can do without. You're doing it so you can prepare for whatever you're saving for. You know, retirement or that vacation or your daughter's wedding or something special that you can reward yourself with. But having a goal like that in mind helps you with the budgeting mindset.
It's awesome. And you know, if you are planning on buying a house, now this is a good time to buy a house because of the interest rate. Mm-hmm. But you need to budget it because have your income changed? Okay. So you need to budget and kind of make a plan for that. Okay, even if you want to change vehicles, it's a lot of cars on the lot, and they got to get some more cars in. And by the way, while I'm right there at that point, the best time to buy a car is the last day of the month. If you did not know, the last day of the month and go about 1 o'clock in the day. Okay, I guarantee you won't be in there long, and you'll probably go in there and have what you want in your mind and on a piece of paper when you go. Okay. Because they ready to wheel and deal last day of the month. Okay. So that was just a tip for me. Okay.
I like that. And so,
and it's true.
we're talking about purchases though, the home or the
Mm-hmm.
car. That's where the credit comes in line. So, there's some things that you can do, but there's a number called a credit score that's controlling a lot of people's lives right now. They
Right.
want those certain things, and they're planning, they're even saving for those things. But if you have a great credit score, you can reduce the amount of money that you're spending. As a matter of fact, see, it's not about how much money you're making, what you're bringing into your home. It's about how much money you can keep. And if you have a great credit score, you can keep a lot of money. And that's a big thing that I'm focused on right now, helping people to improve those credit scores. Because you might not want to buy a house right now, but how about refinancing the one that you have? You still need a good credit score to get a good rate when it comes to
That's true.
refinancing as well. So
That's true. And that's an option for you too. And remember, I talked about that forbearance on one of my lives about a week ago. You do not want to do forbearance. If you don't do it, if you don't have to, because that is going to mess up your credit. Okay. And especially if you don't have the money to pay up front, it's like a balloon payment. Okay, guys. Once you take the forbearance, whether you take it for 2 months, 3 months, they can go up to a whole year, but you do not want to do that. It's a setup, guys, because when you come out of that forbearance, they're going to ask for all of those months back pay plus the month that's due. Okay. Now, unless you got a large sum of money sitting aside, or when you go back to work, they're going to give you a bonus. And I doubt that very seriously. Okay. So if you're unable to pay, you can also ask them for a deferment. They're not going to offer it, but you can ask them for a deferment. That means that they can put it on the back end of the loan. Okay. That'll give you time, the Lord will bless you, make plenty of money, pay that house off early enough than what you said you was going to pay it off. But if you are unable to pay and you can avoid that forbearance, that would be great. But if you just can't do it, you have to do what you have to do. Okay. But
yeah,
just remember that they want those full payments in a balloon payment when you come out of that forbearance. And another thing that they're probably going to offer you is modification. But back in 2008, when they tried doing the modification, just a few percentage of people actually got that modification. Guess what happened to all of those other people? They were foreclosed on. Okay. All right, Doctor, you have anything on that?
Yeah, with the forbearance, just remember this: forbearance means that you're signing on a dotted line that I can't pay for now, but I will pay for later.
Yeah,
and I will get you for later if you don't pay for now.
That's right. Okay, guys, do we have any credit questions? Okay, I'm looking on my other page here because I'm still doing some work on the business page. I do have a question about stimulus. My son, SSI, didn't get stimulus. I claimed him as a dependent. Okay. You claimed your son on your tax return and he receives SSI. How old is your son? That's a question, which I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference, because if it's an adult, which I know you can put an adult on your tax return, even if they're claiming SSI, but the dependents on the tax return right now, from what we are hearing, you did not receive the $500, okay? And right now they don't have any plans to pay that dependent the $500 either. So we're going to have to kind of wait it out. I'm sure we're going to get we have quite a few disgruntled people about that. But we just have to wait and see what they're going to do about it, because there's a lot of college students that was on their parents' tax return and no one received the stimulus payment for them. So that's the answer to that question. Let's see. Let me see. I'm on SSI and didn't see. Okay, now, Michael, Mr. Coleman. Now, if you're on SSI and you haven't received your stimulus payment yet, you should be receiving it. Okay. I received some information of somebody that was on SSI and on Social Security. They have received their payment, so it's coming. It's coming. Make sure, yeah, you get a deposit. As long as you get a direct deposit, you know, if you, I just thought about this. Those people that just started getting SSI and Social Security in 2019, you need to go into the IRS website under non-filer and put in your information. Okay. They did say that. I forgot to mention that. So if you start receiving Social Security or SSI in 2019, you need to go into irs.gov and put in your information under non-filer. Okay. All right, guys, that is it. If you have any questions whatsoever, or if you're interested in, I did have somebody reach out to me about what I mentioned before, where I encourage you guys to start your own business, because I left that question with you at the end of last week. If you're working on a corporate job as of now, and you go back when it's time to go back to work, they decide that they don't want to bring you back because they are unable to bring you back because they are too far in debt. What are you going to do? So I encourage you to get what they say a side gig, side hustle. Could be your business that's going to take you to a different level. You want to start looking at that right now. So I had a couple of people reach out to me. I will be inboxing you on some things that I have, some options I have for you. But I want everybody to be encouraged. Let you know that, hey, we are all in this together. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They're trying to open it up, open the nation back up now. So, but still do what you got to do, because they don't know how the virus is going to act with opening back up. They just have data. Okay. But we have prayer. Okay.
That's true.
So pray for yourself. Pray for your own self. Pray for your family, your seed and your seed, that the Lord will cover you and protect you. Because this is a molecule. We can't see this, but we know who can. And we know he's able to protect us from it. So we're not going to live in fear. We're going to move and we're going to do what we need to do. But we're going to be wise about it. Okay? Be encouraged. Get out, get you some sunlight. You need some sunlight. Take your vitamins. I want you guys to pray for me, and I'm going to pray for you. May God bless all of you. Thank you for joining. See you guys on Monday. Okay.
Thank you,
Monday. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Dr. Hill, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.